Education Troopers, myself Ruchi Sharma, and I am going to start a very important topic from life process for class 10. So let's start with our topic. Today we are going to discuss transportation in animals. It comes under circulatory system and it is one of the life process system. Why it is called life process system? Because without circulatory system, life is not possible. We can't imagine our life without this system. There are some circulatory organ under it and you can say circulatory components are there. Clear? So in this video, we will cover all the circulatory component except heart. I'll make a separate video about the structure and functioning of heart because it's a main organ and very hard working organ. And in this video, only we will cover these three components of circulatory system. First, we will take blood and their component like plasma and three blood cells RBC, WBC and blood platelets, and then blood vessels will be taken. There are three types of blood vessels in animals: arteries, veins and capillaries, followed by lymph will be taken. So let's elaborate all the circulatory component one by one. Let's start with the first component of circulatory system, that is blood. Blood is a tissue, but what type of tissue is? There are four types of tissue present in animal. So this is connective tissue. And blood works a lot for our body. So we should know its function also. There are three main functions. First is the transport nutrients of food to all body parts. Second function, it carries waste product for excretion. Means it helps to removal of waste product also. Third is to transport respiratory gases. Means it helps to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide also. So if we are talking about the composition of blood, so we can take plasma. This is a liquid component of blood and it consists 90% of water and 10% iron and protein. That's why it is called liquid component of blood. The main function of plasma is maintain the blood pH. There are three blood cells present in plasma. One is RBC, WBC and blood platelets. So we'll take one by one. RBC, the other name of RBC is erythrocyte and it is also called red blood cells. Why it is red blood cells? Because it is red in color. Why it is red in color? Because the hemoglobin present in it. Just because of hemoglobin, it is red in color. And this is hemoglobin is complex substance and it is made up of iron and protein. Hem stands for Fe, iron, and globin stands for protein, globulin. And the main function of RBCs is it binds oxygen and carbon dioxide very quickly. So it binds oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin and with carbon dioxide it forms carbaminohemoglobin. And in this portion will be taken in how these exchange of gases taking place with the help of RBC. This will be taken in respiratory system. Now let's take another blood cells, that is WBC. The other name of WBC is leukocyte and this is called army or soldiers of the body. Because why it is called soldier of the body? Because it is phagocytic in nature. Phagocyte in nature means, just recall amoeba. How amoeba takes nutrition by engulfing the food particle. Clear? Like amoeba, it's also surround the foreign particle. Foreign particle like this. So like amoeba, it engulfing the foreign particle like this. Clear? So you should know about foreign particle. Whatever organism, whatever thing coming outside into our body which can be harmful for our body. So this is foreign particle. So WBC protects our body, protects our human body from foreign particle. So obviously it improves our immune system. That's why it is called soldier of the body. Now let's take third blood cells which is present in plasma, that is blood platelets. And the other scientific name of this blood platelets is thrombocyte. And the main function of this blood platelets is blood clotting. Clear? It helps in blood clotting. So what happens during blood clotting? At the time of any type of injury, blood platelets break and it release enzyme. Enzymes helps in the formation of fibrin, and this fibrin forms blood clots. And once the blood clot forms, it stops bleeding. Let's start with the second component of circulatory system, that is blood vessels. There are two main type of blood vessels, arteries and veins. Clear? So we will explain about arteries and veins by taking these difference point. First difference point is arteries carry oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood. It can be the difference point, but it cannot be the exact explanation of arteries and vein, because there is some exceptional case. Like there is one pulmonary artery. Pulmonary is related with lungs. Clear? There is a blood vessel which carry blood towards the lungs and away from the lungs. So whatever blood vessel carry away and towards the lungs, that we use the scientific term that is used pulmonary. Clear? So pulmonary is related with lungs. Clear? So this is not the exact definition, because it is not always correct for arteries and vein, because there are some exceptional case. Pulmonary artery is the artery which carry deoxygenated blood, and pulmonary vein is the blood vessel which carry oxygenated blood. Now we take the second point. Artery carry blood away from the heart and vein carry blood towards the heart. It is the correct definition to explain arteries and vein, because all arteries in the human body carry blood away from the heart, and all the veins present in our human body carry blood towards the heart. Next point is arteries are deep rooted. Deep rooted means बहुत अंदर की side present होती हैं, which cannot be seen. There is a reason why they are deep rooted, because it carries blood with high pressure. So as a precautionary measures, they are deep rooted. If there is any cut, by chance, if there is any cut, then major loss of blood cannot be happen. So this is deep rooted. And these blood vessels are superficial, which can be seen easily. जो blue और green color की जो आपको veins दिखाई देती हैं, why they are blue and green? Because they carry deoxygenated blood, carry blood which is having carbon dioxide, and which can be seen easily. Because क्यों ये ऊपर की तरफ होती हैं? Because it carries blood with low pressure. Next point is they are having thick walled. Again, the same reason behind it, because they carry blood with high pressure, so that it can sustain the high pressure on the wall. So that's why they are having thick wall. They are thin walled just because of low pressure. They are not having valve, and they are having valve. So what is the function of valve exactly? If this is the blood vessels and valve is like this. Clear? And it allow the blood in unidirection. Once the blood flows through it, through all the walls, so it block the path like this. Clear? So basically all the walls prevent the backflow of the blood. It's like this. Clear? So once the blood flows through it, so it block the path. Clear? It block the path. It doesn't allow the backflow of the blood. So artery में तो already high pressure है, so there is no scope of backflow of the blood. So there is no need for valve. And in this vein there is a low pressure blood, so there is a chance of backflow of blood, so in which the valve is present in veins. Discuss about the third type of blood vessel, which is the finest and thinnest type of blood vessels, and I have drawn a flow chart to explain the relationship of arteries, veins and capillaries. Clear? So in this flow chart, I'll try to explain that this is heart, and this the heart pump the blood, oxygenated blood, to aorta, and aorta is the largest artery in the human body, and aorta do not go directly into the body tissue. Clear? So you can the blood can be sent through arteries, arterioles and then capillaries. So there is a system to send the blood into few steps. You can take this example to understand this thing, that if school principal wants to distribute circular into any particular class, so principal will not go directly into that class for distribution. Circular will be distributed by handed over to vice principal, in charges, coordinators and then class teacher. And finally class teacher will distribute those circular into that particular class, क्योंकि क्लास टीचर सबसे ज़्यादा पास है उन स्टूडेंट्स के. सो लाइक दिस द सेम सिस्टम फॉलो इन आवर ह्यूमन बॉडी, दैट एरोटा डू नॉट गो डायरेक्टली इनटू द बॉडी टिश्यू. कैपिलरीज देखिए सबसे पास है, एज यू कैन सी कैपिलरीज आर वेरी नियर टू द बॉडी टिश्यू. So once the blood reaches into the capillaries through arteries, arterioles, and then through these system, so capillaries exchange the material with body tissue. It gives all the nutrients, all the oxygen into the body tissue, and the waste product are taken by the capillaries, and the waste product are sent into the venule, then veins, and then finally it reaches into the vena cava. Vena cava is the largest vein. It collects all the deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body, from different veins, venules and capillaries, and finally deoxygenated blood will send to the heart. So this is all about, and this flow chart will be elaborated while explaining the structure of heart and functioning of heart in the next video. Let's learn about the third circulatory component is lymph. The other name of lymph is tissue fluid, and short note can be asked in your exam on lymph. So if we are talking about the composition of lymph, it consists plasma, protein which is less in compared to blood, and blood cells. It is colorless because there is no RBCs. Clear? So now through this flow chart, you will come to know that how lymph work in our body. So as we have discussed in the previous slide, that arteries carry oxygenated blood and it divide into arterioles and further divided into capillaries. And capillaries are the thinnest and finest form of blood vessel which reaches to the body tissue. Clear? So as we know that blood flows in blood circulatory system, and like lymph flows in lymphatic system, and there is a parallel lymphatic system with the blood circulatory system in our body. But then now the question can become in your mind that what is the use of this lymphatic system? So the answer is capillaries reaches into the body tissues because it is the thinnest part. Clear? And it gives it exchanges the material, it gives the nutrient to the body tissues, and it takes and it has to remove all the waste product from the body tissues. But there are certain places in our body where capillaries do not reach due to the complexities of the body tissues, and where that in that place where the capillaries do not reach, so in that place lymphatic system work. Clear? So how it works, let's concentrate. So as we have discussed that capillaries are having the thinnest wall and they are having pores. So the part of blood which contain plasma, less protein and blood cells but no RBCs are there, escape into the surrounding through the pores present in the wall of the capillaries, thinnest wall of the capillaries into the surrounding, and that surrounding is known as extracellular space. Whatever liquid comes into the extracellular space is called tissue fluid or lymph. Clear, right? Lymph drains all excessive fluid into the lymphatic capillaries, followed by lymph vessel. Finally, all the lymph along with the removal from extracellular space into the vein and mix with the blood. So this is the parallel lymphatic system which work with the blood circulatory system. And let's concentrate the function of the lymph. So like capillaries exchange the material, like it gives nutrient to the body tissues and helps to remove waste product simultaneously. So like lymph, but lymph involve only digested digested fat from intestine. So at the time lymph carries digested fat from intestine, and at the same time it drains, like it removes excessive fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. The other function that is very important, there are certain nodes present in the lymphatic system. These nodes are called lymph nodes. It contains lymphocytes are there. So lymphocyte which kill the germs. So this is all about lymph. Here is the quiz question to check your understanding what you have learned today. So please write the answer in the comment box. And in this video we have covered 3 components of blood circulatory system, and we will meet again